back and do another episode. Again, my name is Jason. None of this is used for coaching. This is just my knowledge trying to get out there. This is not to certify anybody or anything like that. So I just want to put that out there. This is not a certification. This is just my knowledge getting out there and maybe help. All right. Today, I am going to talk about linemen and stances. All right. There are three basic types of stances, both for offense and defense. It's a little nipply here today, so excuse me if, I either talk too fast or it sounds like I'm shivering. It's about 32 degrees, which is nice for New York, but still cold. So like I said, for linemen, there are three types of stances, both offense and defense-wise. You got your 4-point stance, you got your 3-point stance, and you got your 2-point stance. I'm also going to incorporate this is the jobs of a center or the snapper, how to hold the ball, and how the ball should look when it is handed off to the quarterback. I'm also going to incorporate where your hands should be on offense as you're blocking and what you can do on defense. Because defense, your hands don't have to be exactly like where offense is. So there's a couple topics I'm going to cover today. All right. So to start off, I'm going to show you the three types of stances. First stance is a 4-point stance. 4-point stance is used predominantly on defensive line. It's almost looks like what they call when you do the bear crawls. You're on all fours, all right? You look like a dog. So what you can do is you stand, all right? Shoulder widths apart, legs shoulder width apart, all right? Knees loose, not locked. And I'm getting weird looks at people look at me because I'm doing this YouTube video. Kind of funny. So you do legs apart, shoulder width, knees slight bent, not locked. All right. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go. I'm gonna back up a little bit. All right. That's what you get. I'm gonna probably put this down a little bit. Sorry. I'm gonna bring down my screen. You need to see this. There we go. All right. So you're gonna need again shoulder width apart, knees not locked. All right. Next, you're gonna go down. This is second point. So one is just shoulder width apart, knees locked. Two, not locked. Two is you're gonna bend and sit with your back straight. Sit down. You're gonna take a seat. And then three, you're gonna go down, and you're gonna have your hands out. Your fingers are gonna be out like this, and you're gonna balance. Look straight up. Your heels should be up in the back. Your toes pointing into the ground. 4-point stance. Show that from the side. Shoulder width apart. Knees bent, loose. Down like this. Boom. Alright? See how my feet, my heels are up, my toes are in the ground? That's so you can get up. Alright? That's the 4-point stance. That's primarily used on your defensive lines. I can bring this back up like this. And again, your hands for 4-point stance are going to be like this. All right, putting your weight on your fingers. The next stance is your 3-point stance. Same concept. Go back up a little bit. Feet, legs, shoulder width apart. Loose knees. You don't want to lock them or you fall over. So this is your first part. Second part, keep your back straight, knees bent. Now you can take one hand instead of two. You're gonna use one hand. This is your 3-point, and you're gonna put the hand the same way. All right, like this. And you're gonna go down with your hand underneath your face, lining up with your head. Other hand is gonna be right on your knee. Your one leg the hand that you're using, your leg, which is going to be your dominant hand, it's going to slide back a little bit. It's going to move back a little bit to help you keep your balance. And then the heel of that foot is going to be up, toe into the ground. So 4-point, you have both. 3-point, your dominant leg with your dominant hand is going to be the side you use. And that's going to be slightly back. Your foot's going to be slightly back, and your toe into the ground, your heel up. So you can push off when you go up the block. So again, it's 1, 2, 3. All right? Let's do it from the side. All right. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. That's your 3-point stance. That's predominantly used by your offensive line. Predominantly used by offensive line. Defense does use that sometimes, depending on the coach and how they teach you. So your 4-point is used by your defensive line most of the time. Your 3-point stance is used by your offensive line and your running backs. I have to add that. Your running backs do a 3-point stance also. It's your fullback and your halfbacks. Or your fullback, and number-wise, they'd be your 2, 3, and 4 backs. 3 being your fullback, 2 and 4 being your halfbacks. All right. The third stance that I'm going to show, the third stance, is the 2-point stance, which is mostly done by, you got a couple of them. You got your 2-point stance. It's predominantly done by your defensive backs. There is also a 2-point wide receiver stance also, which I will show you, and I will differ the two. So you got your 2-point defensive back and halfback stance. Let me rephrase this. I'm going to go back. Your 3-point stands are done by your offensive lineman and your fullback. Your 2-point stance are done by your halfback, predominantly on offense. And there's a defensive 2-point stance, and there's a wide receiver 2-point stance. I'm going to show you the different variations of the 2-point stance. I'm going to first start off with the running back 2-point stance, the tailback, halfback, how your coaches describe them, which are predominantly either 2-4 back, they're either called a 2-4 back, your halfbacks, or your tailbacks. Whatever language your coach uses, this is going to be their version of the 2-point stance. So all they are is what it is again, your feet are shoulder width apart, knees not locked, loose. All right? And then it's this. All right? There's some variations they put them on hands like this, some like this, but predominantly it's shoulder width apart, knees bent, back straight. So you can step. Or some people put their hands right here. Some run back to put their hands right here, right in the middle, so they can get ready to receive the ball. Or when they turn, they can turn. All right? That stance also is used as a wing receiver once in a while. But predominantly, the next stance I'm going to show you is the receiver stance. That's what most receivers go stand in. Before I do that, I'm going to show you the side view of what that stance looks like. This is 2-point tailback, halfback, 2-4 back stance from the side. So you're going to stand straight, knees not locked. And you're going to go like this. You're going to either be like this, like this, like this, depending on how your coach wants to teach you, depending on the names. As long as you got your back straight, knees not locked, able to bounce. So you can turn and turn. All right. Again, the next stance is going to be the wide receiver. Wide receiver 2-point stance. All right. Wide receivers predominantly can go up to the line of scrimmage. If you have a wide receivers, they're predominantly allowed to go, depending on the formation, allowed to go up to this line of scrimmage. All right. Their stance is they got their dominant foot forward. Their toe is right where the ref is, and they always have to turn and look. Ref, am I okay? The ref will tell them to move forward or back. Predominantly, they're allowed to go on the line of scrimmage. That's it. Their toe can touch the line of scrimmage. What they're going to do is their dominant knee or their forward knee is going to bend forward, back straight. Ask the ref, "Are you okay? Am I okay?" The ref's going to say yay or nay. Your other leg, you're going to be shoulder width apart. Your other leg's going to be straight as you're bending forward like this. You want your back straight. Hands are going to be down at the side. That front leg is going to be bent, toes into the ground. And like I said, back leg straight. Squared shoulders, looking at the ball. So once that ball snapped, you can push off. So again, shoulder width apart, dominant leg forward, toe touching the line of scrimmage. Ask the ref if they're okay. The ref will say yay or nay. Turn towards the ball. Back leg is back in the V, straight. Front leg bent. Back straight. Arms to the side. So you're going to be looking like this. Or if you're on the other side, I'm predominantly right-handed, but if you're on the left side, if you're left, that's a right-handed receiver. If you're a left-handed receiver, it's the opposite. Left leg forward, which is always your outside leg forward. That's an easier way to remember. Your outside leg forward, sideline leg forward. Shoulder width apart, sideline leg forward, inside straight, back straight, arms down. Ask the ref, am I good? Ask the official, am I good? They'll say yay or nay, move forward, move back with your foot, and then you turn your other head, watch the ball snap. Always keeping arms to the sides so you can push off once you need to. All right, I'm going to do this from the side. So if I'm on the right side, receiver, this is what it's going to look like. All right, I'm on the right side. I'm a receiver on the right side. Right leg forward, back leg, shoulder width apart. Right leg forward, back leg back, inside leg back. My front leg should be the sideline leg. Slightly bend, back straight, arms to the side. Rep, official, am I okay? Yay or nay? And look. So once the ball's hiked, I can go like that. Now if I'm on the left side, all right, left leg out, right leg back, back straight. Ask the official, am I okay? Let's say yay or nay. Tell you to adjust. The leg shoulder width apart. Ref will say yay, you're good, you're not good. You adjust. Once you're good, arms to the side, back straight. Watch the ball snap. Once the ball snaps, you go. All right. So that's your wide receiver 2-point stance. Now the third 2-point stance is your defensive back stance. All right. Predominantly your defensive back, which is your free safety, your strong safety, and your cornerbacks. use this particular stance. Your linebackers can use the running back 2-point stance. Forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. Your linebackers can use your 2-point running back type stance, which is this. All right, that's your linebacker stance. Going back to the run, they go back to the running back stance. I failed to mention that. I'm sorry. Like I said, your third stance is what you call your defensive back stance. Free safety, strong safety, cornerbacks. Corner, not quarter. All right. So with this stance, shoulders width apart, knees flexible. Actually, yeah, shoulder width apart, knees flexible. You stand like this. You got back straight and arms to the side. Once the ball's hiked, you back pedal. Step back, step back, step back. This way it's easy to adjust. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Simple. Shoulder width apart, bend knees, hands to the side. There are some variations which I do teach to my players. Is you could take your dominant foot and put it, your dominant foot toe, line it up with the inside of your non-dominant toe. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to move my camera down and I'm going to show you that, what I mean. All right. This is what I mean by that. This is normal. This is the normal defensive back bottom portion. What I was talking about is you're going to do this. Slightly back. Turn to the side. Slightly back. You got this, the normal, and you got the slightly back. You can back straight and you can back pedal. Move forward. All right? Hands movement on the side. Or you could keep it normal and adjust. That usually develops with the player, which one they feel more comfortable doing. I usually try to teach both ways on that, on which ways they feel more comfortable. I always felt comfortable with the dominant foot slightly back. So it's shoulder width apart, knees loose, bend, back straight, hands to the side. I have, my stance was always offset, hands to the side, look straight, watch the ball. Pass, run. Pass, run. Easy transition. All right. That's your defensive back 2-point stance. So recap. We went over the defensive line 4-point stance, the offensive line 3-point stance, along with the fullback who can do the 3-point stance. You got your 2-point stance, offensive 2-point stance, which can also be used for the linebackers on defense, which is your running back stance. And you got your wide receiver 2-point stance and your defensive back 2-point stance. The next part I'm going to show you is predominantly for centers, aka snappers, depending on how your coach calls them, what they call them. It goes for your long range and your short range centers. Usually your long range centers usually snap for your punters, kickers, and shotgun. They got a slight difference when they give the ball, they send the ball to the quarterback. compared to your short range. I'll go over that with you, but predominantly the setup is still the same. How to hold the ball, where to hold the ball, everything. It's just the transition from the ground to the quarterback is different. So if you're the short and center should be taught both these ways of how to snap the ball. So the short center or short snapper handoff from the center to the quarterback is fairly simple. They're both fairly simple, but I'm going to start off with this short handoff or short transition from center to quarterback. All right. So your center's got the ball. It's on the line of scrimmage. All right. Ball's on the line of scrimmage. Center comes up to the ball, gets ready to 2-point. This is the center 3-point stance. They grab the ball. The way they grab the ball is they put the thumb on the threads and they wrap their hand around the side using their dominant hand. So if I'm right-handed, it's this way. If I'm left-handed, it's this way. Shoulder width apart, pick up the ball, point, take the bottom point, laces facing the center. Hold it up at a 45-degree angle, down, set, hike. When his quarterback says hike, centers always keep their head up. They're going to look, keep them on the line. They're going to keep looking at their opponent, and they're going to lift the ball up and turn. They're going to turn the ball right between their legs and put it in the quarterback's hands that are like an alligator. So, center 3-point stance, slightly wider than the lineman stance. You're going to go a little outside shoulder width. Thumb on laces, bottom point, 45-degree angle, pointing into the ground. So the quarterbacks go down, set, hike, slides. The center's going to slide the ball to the ground, and as they're sliding, they're going to turn the ball and put the ball right into the quarterback's hands. So it's going to look like that when the quarterback gets it. All right. There's going to be a little kid running in the field. The long range snapper, it's going to do the same thing, but instead of coming as they're sliding and turning the ball, they're going to keep the ball straight. And they're going to aim and they're going to look for the chest. They're going to aim for the chest of the quarterback or the person who's receiving the hike, the snap. So it should come into the quarterback or the receiver or whoever's receiving the hike right there in their chest. So instead, the long range, instead of turning, they're just going to go straight through the legs. The center always has to know where the quarterback is. If it's close, this quarterback's going to have their top hand just slightly touching their pants to let the center know that he's right there. That's for the close distance. The center's got to quickly look, see where the quarterback is, and then look at his opponent. All right. Now, that's fairly simple. You guys can practice that as much as you want until you get it right. I'm going to show you from the side what it looks like. All right. From the side, center. All right. This is the short first. So you're going to get just slightly shoulder width, slightly outside shoulder width. The center's going to look at his opponent. Thumb's going to be on the laces. Point down. 45-degree angle. See how the ball's 45-degree angle. Down. Set. Hike. Slide and up. All right. Once the quarterback's got the ball, the center comes up and starts doing his block. Turn this side. Again, thumb on the laces. Bottom point down. 45 degree, slightly wider base. Toes pointing forward. Down, 45-degree angle with the ball. Heads up. Hike. Slide. Up. Slide and up. Long range snapping, like I said, is straight back. There's no turning. So long range snap. Everything the same. But what you do is once you get to this point and they say hike, it's gonna be straight back. Straight. Again from this side. Straight back. Alright. We can practice that a little bit. Alright. And the last one I'm going to teach today, or show today, is how offensive linemen should block so they don't get a holding call. Usually when a holding call is called on an offensive lineman, their hands are outside grabbing the jersey or the pads of the defensive player and not letting them go. That is predominantly not allowed in football. The offensive lineman has to have their hands inside the defensive player all times when they're blocking. So, offensive line, the basic offensive lineman block, shoulder width apart, and getting your stance. It's what you're going to do is you're going to come up when you fire out of your stance. Your hands have to be here, right on the pecs of the defensive player. Easiest way I was told on how to do that by coaches and other stuff, keep your thumbs together. Refs even say hands spread out like that, thumbs together, right on the chest. This way you can't get in trouble for grabbing their pads. Your hands don't float to the shoulder pads outside or down here. Right to the center of their chest, thumbs together, fingers spread. So this is what it should look like. Down to the 3-point. Boom. Right there. Your face. See how my face fits right in between my 2 pointers here? That's what it should look like. Down. Set. Go. Just like that. You keep your hands and you push. Either right, left, or straight back. Usually predominantly if it's a run play, depending on what side the run is, the run's going to go right. If the run's going to go left, predominantly the lineman's going to push right, depending on where the hole is. The 2 linemen where the hole is that the running back has to go through are going to push opposite ways. So if I'm the guard, I got a tackle next to me. If the running back is coming to my left, I'm going to push right. If I'm that tackle and the runner is coming to my right, and I'm the tackle, or whatever other position, I'm going to push left. So if the runner's coming to my right, if the runner's coming to my right, I'm going to push left. If the runner's coming to my left, I'm going to push right. If it's a pass play, predominantly I'm going to stand my ground and hold. I'm going to stand my ground and hold. So this is what it should predominantly look like. If you are not going to push left or right, this is what initially it should look like before you push left, right, or hold. Down, set, hike, boom. And again, if the runner's going to my left, I'm pushing right. If the runner's going to my right, I'm pushing left. If it's a pass play, I'm just holding. Predominantly keep your thumbs together, fingers wide on the chest. Alright? Again, my name is Jason. This is not for certification of anything. This is just how I was taught football. And I feel like I've passed on my knowledge. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. There will be more to come. Thank you for watching.